Okay, YouTube, so I am going to talk about my pregnancy story, how I indeed got myself pregnant, or got in the situation that I am now. Sorry for the loud noise in the back. If you hear, like, metal being crunched, that's because my hamster is right beside me, and she has this nibbling phase where she just goes nuts, and she nibbles, literally, her metal freaking thing in her cage. She's nuts. I don't see how that doesn't hurt her, but she's in her nibbling mode right now, and it's totally annoying, but please bear with me with that noise. That's just her doing her nibbling. Anyways, so let's get to the point of this video. Okay, so my pregnancy story. Let's begin. What had happened was in June of 2011, 2012, the June that just recently passed, I was taking John Jay classes at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. I wanted to be a forensic psychologist, so I was in the summer academy, and for the summer academy, it's like to be in John Jay, you have to take a test before the actual college. So I took the test and I failed the math portion. So in order for me to still qualify to be in John Jay, I have to take the summer program, do tutoring and all that stuff. And if I pass the summer classes at the end, then there you go. So what had happened was I ended up taking the summer classes. I did not pass the math part, which devastated me. I was like, great, I'm a failure, because I'm really bad at math. Even if we had tutors, I needed like a one-on-one tutor. We had a tutor for a whole entire group, like maybe 10 kids per tutor or something like that. But yeah, so it was pretty hard for me. And the school that I had come from, I don't want to bash my high school. It's just that they weren't very serious. My high school was the easiest freaking high school. If you didn't pass my high school, there was something wrong with you. Like, seriously, if you didn't graduate, you are a failure. Like, no lie. It was very, very easy. We barely got homework, barely got projects. Math, we didn't even have a good enough trigonometry teacher. I don't want to bash my trigonometry teacher. Say that 5 times fast. I bet you can't. I can't. But I don't want to bash her, but it's just she had a very strong accent, and she was so enthusiastic with teaching. She loved teaching trigonometry that she was really fast. So I was just like, wait, I don't know what you're saying. Hold on 1 second. Okay, the period's ending. The period's done. That's it. I'm not going to do my homework. So that's what had happened, basically. So I believe I failed the trigonometry part of the exam or whatever. And anyways, so yeah, that I had failed, but the good news of that was that I can still do it in the fall. So I was looking forward to that. I was like, yay, alright, fine, I'll start my semester a little later than everyone else, but at least I'm freaking doing college and I'm pursuing my dream. So, any hoodles, during the summertime, and now that I had this free time, me and my boyfriend would just hang out as much as we could. We were just, like, retarded in love. Not that we're not in love anymore, we still are, but we were just hanging out like crazy. On September 18th, we were going to make 3 years, so we were just super excited for our 3-year anniversary and all that. And so, what had happened, I was on birth control, and the birth control I was on was this one here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. I know this says Watson, and then it's Microgessin FE 1.5/30. So I don't know what that means, but I figured I should read the entire top part to you. So yeah, that's what I was on, and it's a generic brand. It's not like a very well-known brand, but it still does the same. It has all the same ingredients as the leading popular brand. So I had got it from a free clinic. In fact, the free clinic you don't have to have your parents' permission, but my parents already knew I was sexually active, so it wasn't a secret that I was on birth control. They wanted me to be on it. And the reason I went to a free clinic is because if I had gone to a regular doctor, I would have to pay $35 per refill every 2 months? Not 2 months. I think it was 2 months, yeah. Every 2 months, $35. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but for someone who's not working, I wasn't working at all. I was just focusing on college. It was a lot, and I didn't want to ask like my boyfriend to pay for me and stuff like that. Long story short, these pills, I never asked questions. The clinic, you can ask a million questions, and me, I was just like, they're pills, give it to me. They're gonna protect me. And I never asked questions about it. So when I was getting headaches, I was getting these really severe headaches from these pills, like really, really bad. And I linked them back to these pills because I stopped taking them for a week. I wasn't sexually active that week, but I stopped taking them, and I was fine. I didn't have any headaches. But I was like, you know what, the next time, because I scheduled a new appointment, the next time I go to the appointment, I will talk to them about my headaches. So I continued taking the pills, and in August, I realized that I was up to my brown pack. My brown ones, as you can see, there's the brown ones left. And this clinic, the reason I even have this, I have like 4 of these, just not even used. The reason I have this is because the clinic gives you like 5 months worth of freaking pregnancy pills before your next visit. So it was great. I was happy. I was like, wow, I don't have to see you guys for a while. This is great. So, any hoodles. So long story short, yeah, I was getting headaches, but in August I realized I was already on my brown pills, which is supposed to force down your period, and I wasn't getting my period. So I was like, maybe it's because my period is it was very irregular even on the pills. But the only thing was, even on the pills though, it was every time I took the brown pills, it came down. Whether I wanted to or not, it came down. So my period didn't come down, and I was like, okay, this is kind of freaky. So I was like, you know what, let me go buy a pregnancy test. And I bought a 99-cent one, which if you think these things don't work, they work. You know, the little ones where it looks like a little flat, this is how it looks, little flat box. And you pee in like a disposable cup, you take the dropper, put the dropper in the cup, squeeze out some pee, and then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and the little circle provided. And literally these things are the fastest things. First response had nothing on this because this thing was like super quick. And I had taken one a week before, and it said that I wasn't pregnant. So I was like, oh, okay, it only had 1 line. I was like, oh, that's great. Okay, I'm not pregnant. And then I was like, you know what, let me just take another one just in case, because, you know, it takes a while for the pregnancy tests to realize you're pregnant, and these are cheapo ones. So, yeah. Any hoodles. I took it, and this was the result. I don't know if you can see the 2 little lines, but that was the result, and I was just like, oh, that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, it's because it's 99 cents, so that's wrong. I'm gonna go take another one because this one is freaking me out, but I won't let it freak me out because it's wrong. That's how I was thinking. I was just like, this is wrong, la 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 la. I didn't even like think much about it. I seriously thought it was bugging out and that it was wrong. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go take another one. And I had bought in a $3 one, so I was like, okay, this one's a little more. It's not $20 because it's gonna come out negative anyways. So let me just take the $3 one. So I took the $3 one. And it's the same thing with the dropper and everything, and this is how it came out. There you go. 2 little freaking lines. So by this point, I was flipping out. I was like, what the heck is wrong with these tests? They are wrong. This is just stupid. I'm going to sue. Like, I was just really mad. I was like, they're putting me through all this trauma, and I'm not pregnant at all. And, like, all that stuff. So I was like, you know what? That's it. I am going to my clinic, and I'm going to take a pee test. Because they can't be wrong. So the free clinic that I go to, they provide you with free pregnancy tests. So here I am just sitting there like, to-do, or whatever. And with this, I did cry. Even if in my head, I knew it was wrong. At first, I cried. I came out, and I looked at my boyfriend, and he already knew I had been crying. And he was just like... Only because he was happy about my first pregnancy, so he didn't want babies right now. He really didn't. But he knew that, hey, it happened, so let's be happy about it already. And I was not ready to be happy about it. I was just like, no, it's not a happy moment. Get away from me. Give me a hug, and then that's it. We're not celebrating this. So, anyways, I went to the clinic, and usually what happens is the doctor comes out. She motions you back inside her office, and she says, okay, no, you're not pregnant. It was just a scare. How are we going to prevent this scare from happening? You're going to keep taking your pills. And they just give you, like, really good advice, and their goal is to make sure you do not get pregnant. You know, like, they don't want you to get pregnant. So, especially if you're 17. I was 17. And I was going to be 18 in a couple of weeks, too. So I was just like, great. This is not what I need for my birthday. But, anywho, so what had happened was, instead of the doctor, this, like, woman in a suit came out. And she motioned me inside. So I was like, alright, I don't know what's with my doctor, but strange lady, I will follow you. So she said to me in the hallway, there was nobody there. We were alone, but she was like, you are pregnant. And I was like, you know, I was half expecting that answer, but I still don't want to accept this. I was like, I don't know what to do. She was like, come into my office. She's a pregnancy counselor, and she's also an adoption counselor. I don't know how you call that. But she had talked to me about adoption, and I was seriously thinking about it for the first, like, 2 weeks of my pregnancy. I was pro-adoption, which I think adoption is great, and everything, but I'm not going to do it now. But in the beginning of my pregnancy, I was totally for it. I was like, I'm going to do adoption, yeah, all that stuff. She even hooked me up with a pamphlet. We scheduled an appointment to meet the adoption agent or a counselor or whatever, the person who's going to help me find families. And we had it set and everything. So when I had come out, I explained to my boyfriend, and he was totally like, no, what are you doing? You know, what happened with our first baby? Now we're having another baby, and, like, I want to keep this baby or whatever. So I had to, like, talk to him more and more and more and explain to him, I don't want to not go to John Jay. Like, if I believe that, like, look, you can totally do it. You can be pregnant and still do college. You can. But for me, I just felt I'm going to be pregnant. Then I'm going to give birth. I'm going to miss a whole bunch of school because you got to stay home at least 3 months for the baby. So, because that's the only time babysitters will accept a baby is after 3 months. So I was like, even with that, I'm doing breastfeeding, so I can't freeze my fucking, ooh, excuse my language, ooh, bad. I can't freeze my breast milk, you know, I don't think that's very good. They need fresh breast milk. So what am I going to do, just bring my baby to college? So I knew that if I kept this baby, I'm going to have to put a halt on my college dreams. So, I obviously am keeping my baby, so I don't regret, my decision to keep the baby, and my baby's not here, so I can't be like, oh, I wish I would have waited and stuff, because if you do wait, if I said I wish I would have waited, I wouldn't be given the baby that I have now. I would have been given a baby, but just a different baby, you know? You're never gonna, the chances of me getting the very same baby is just, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully you can comprehend what I'm trying to say. Any hoodles. But yeah, that is my pregnancy story. Telling my parents was pretty interesting. I mean, kind of scary, in fact, because when I told my dad, he was just like kind of the face of, again, we're going through this talk again. And he wasn't very shocked about it. He was just like, okay, well, this is happening to me again, so he was just sad that now my college dreams, everyone was so happy that I was doing college, you know, and my college dreams are now put on a hold. But when I said adoption, my family, for some reason, they're not against adoption, just not for me. They were like, how dare you? How can you give your baby to a complete stranger when we're perfectly fine to have the baby ourselves and all that stuff? And I was just like, you guys don't understand. I want to do college. I want to be able to give my baby everything. And I was not doing an abortion at all, so that was out of the question. And me doing adoption is just, I feel like that's the best way to go for now. But my mom was completely outraged. Like, she was just going bananas, like really giving me a hard time about it. they were not the ones who swayed me out of adoption. It was the sonogram that swayed me out of adoption. When I first saw My Little Jelly Bean on that screen, I was like, that is mine. Like, since I'm having a girl, I'm all choked up right now. I don't know why. I just cry over the stupidest things. Like, literally, I can be watching a show, and the mother hugs the baby, just hugs her, and I'll just be like, oh my god, and I'll start crying. And all of that. Like, my boyfriend, he'll watch me, and he'll be like, you're crying again? And I'm like, shut up, this is emotional. And he'll watch it with me and be like, no, it's not. But so yeah, when I saw my baby on the sonogram, I was like, that is my little baby, and she shall be mine, and she is my squishy jelly bean. That is my baby. So yeah, and then when I found that it was a girl, I was like, now she's really my baby. So, that is my pregnancy story. Comment anything, any questions you have. You can totally inbox them, or you can comment. Doesn't matter. So yeah, thank you for watching, and subscribers are just awesome people, so you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Anyways,